Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Boardwalk Stage, it's Between Two Palms with your hosts, Derek and Mikey.
Hey everyone, Derek Clark here on the Boardwalk Stage, live on the Boardwalk Stage, in between two fantastic, beautiful palm trees with my favorite co-host, Mikey Muscatello. Hey, how you doing for another episode? If you haven't caught any previous episodes, we're all over Spotify, so you can pick up any one of our episodes.
Spotify, Apple, iHeart, we're all over the place, and coming soon, probably in the next week or so. I'll make sure I put it out there, but we'll have our YouTube channel launched too. I'm getting that loaded up, man.
YouTube.
We got 10 episodes rolling here, man.
Oh, wow.
And people are checking them out. They're listening everywhere, and it's pretty good.
And I'm excited because anybody can do. Well, not anybody. We're going to start doing some interviews and about where the money goes, but really laying this foundation about the difficulties in running a venue, today's economy, the bands, not just that. We're running a kitchen and a bar, and so I got the trifecta. The things that are hit the hardest in this economy are bars, restaurants,
yes,
and concert venues. People aren't going out as much, and we got to find ways to attract great talent and get our customers in here to enjoy them, so we can continue this pioneer effort with helping our community.
I think one of the cool thing is about this particular venue is that even if there's a band on stage and you don't know the band, you can still come here to the Boardwalk, grab a burger or something, get yourself something to drink, and still hang out and maybe find a new band that you like, a new local band or whoever's playing here. This is not just, it's not like there's seating. You know what I mean? It's more than just the venue itself. There's so much more to it.
Yeah, we have some other ones. It was just brought to my attention at our NEVA call yesterday that a lot of people are also offering a subscription as well to that for $100 a month. They come to as many concerts as they want.
Holy crap, that's actually a really good idea.
So yeah. I don't know how much traction we'd get with it, but they do have some exclusions depending upon if they've got a big name coming in and it's a personal, private or up close and personal, that
certain
they do
things.
give them 50% off though still.
Oh, so that's pretty good.
So on a $150 ticket, they can come in for $75.
That's a pretty good deal.
And then any other thing that they have, if it's a $25 ticket or less, they can come in for free.
That's pretty cool.
Not free, but they're spending like $150 a month.
That's pretty cool.
And then come to as many as they want.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. That's something you should consider doing.
I'm trying to marinate on that.
Yeah.
I definitely want to add value to people, income, and give them an outsource,
Sure.
to kind of musical events. But again, it's I want it to make sense for them.
Yeah.
And I want to help, our economy.
Well, and also too, you want to make sure that the talent that they are coming to see is not just terrible.
Well, honestly, I can say that we really haven't had anybody terrible. We've had some not so nice people in bands, just like customers. But I think most of them in their own right were pretty darn good.
Well, when you get a band that let's just talk about what the bands that come through here. We've a little bit touched on how to get booked. Let's start there. Let's start with, because I want to talk about what the bands get when they're here. Like this episode can sort of be directed more towards the bands and local artists and local musicians.
Let's do that.
Because I feel like there's a lot of musicians out there. They play all over the place and they play these small bars and some of these bigger bars, and they don't know what they're getting into, and they get up on stage and it's like they fucking just plug into a speaker and they have to play. But that's not the way it is here at the Boardwalk, because there's so much more to it. So we'll dive into all that. But what is it? How does a band start? Where do they go? What do they do? And I know you mentioned the website, but let's walk down that path of getting booked here.
Well, there's a lot there's a lot of tentacles to that one. How? Well, one is there's several different ways. We have a couple great bookers here, Dana and Troy.
Yeah.
So they're both in bands. And so they see things from a different perspective than I see it. So,
that's really cool, because I have already asked Troy questions, in meetings and stuff too, because Troy's a great person, and just about from a band's perspective. And I honestly didn't know until yesterday that Dana was also in a band.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
She has some crazy pipes.
Really?
Oh my goodness.
I did not know that. Well, that's awesome.
She has, I tell you what, that that lady, she's a young lady. She can sing.
So that's really good for bands to know right off the bat, is that the two people you're going to be talking to right from the beginning are the bookers who are also in bands and understand where you're coming from.
And also Dana has a little bit of leg up on that one too, is that she grew up as a daughter of the parents of Constable Jacks, which is out towards the Bay Area.
Okay.
And so she knew she got associated with the other side as well.
Okay, so she's both sides of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So good for her. That's awesome.
She's on both. She got the heads and the tails on that coin. So Troy, he's got a lot of tails, and now we're teaching him the heads part of it.
Yeah.
He is. I have to say, without a doubt, I got the two best bookers ever. They're just so great people, and so that they get a chance to see things and feel things, and they can talk to the bands on a different level than I talk to them.
Sure.
I talk to them more about a business level. They talk to me. They talk to them more about how do you strive to be a better band.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You look at, we've got tribute bands. They just copy the mantra of what they're doing, the Van Halens or the Bostons, whoever it is. And then you have the cover bands, and they kind of, the traveling tribute bands are very serious about their craft. The local ones are serious as well, but they typically got other jobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't quite pay all the bills. And the bands that are doing cover are the fun bands. They're fun. They're great. But again, they have other jobs, and it's not their primary gig, and they'll play where they can.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have the bands that are wanting more. They want to make it. They're doing songwriting.
Oh yeah.
They're lyricists. They're working hard, and they too want to get their craft out. They too want to get their music heard. And they're really good at that. The youngsters are really good at that. They have these ideas, but the business part of it they lack. So we try to help them, as much as we can.
Yeah.
Granted, our job is to hire people to play on this stage and fill the joint up.
Right.
Okay. And it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
So for us, I don't know how the others do it. All I know is that when they come here, it seems like there's always been that void. Do they have an EPK, electronic press kit? Do they have some great stills and some great video of some of their presentations? Either mock-ups, doing video shoots, or stills, doing professional stuff to really kind of, your representation of what you put out there. So if you make great music, but it sounds like crap, it sounds like crap.
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't matter. So you have to do the best job you can. So there's a lot of things that go into this. So we want to make sure that they're, prepared, and we're prepared. So what do you get when you're here?
Well, let's just start with the very first thing is, how do you get booked? How do you even get books? How do you connect with Troy or Dana?
So we have booking at rocktheboardwalk.com. We have rocktheboardwalk.com on our main page, and honestly, it allows that main page that says play here, and there's a lot of information to fill out. So the less you fill it out, the less likely it is you're going to play here.
So fill it all out. Don't be lazy.
Do your links to your Spotify. Do your links to your YouTube. Do your links. Upload your EPK. Upload all the things. Upload a bio.
All that stuff matters, because when you do get booked, like, those things then go onto the website. We can link to your Instagrams and whatever. Like, that's more marketing for the bands.
It's cross-pollination.
Yeah.
It's just the way it works.
But if you're a serious band, then what he just said is something you should probably write down and remember. Fill that thing out, have an EPK, have your shit together. Even if you've only played one show, even if you've never played one show, walk into a venue like you've played every goddamn venue around, and you know what the hell you're talking about. I'm not saying fake it till you make it, but I am saying just go in there with confidence.
Go in there with confidence. But know that the Boardwalk does draw new promoters, new managers. They also get some very seasoned. We get some seasoned people in here. Mm-hmm. So they're noticing. They're not here to sign you right here, but they'll track you. They want to come hear you. They want to, and our sound system is going to make you shine.
Yeah, that's something I want to get to too. Is the sound system that's here? So a band fills out all the information. You guys get it. It's all clear. The way everything you want is in there. So now, what are you looking for the band when it comes to how you get, like, when they submit what their talent is, what their draw, the attitude? What is it that you are looking for?
I think one is, if since we aren't talking to them and they're just submitting it on the website, it's what that presentation is. Okay. And it doesn't hurt to go to booking.com and saying, hey, I filled out that APK, or I filled out all your information. And you have to understand that, making us aware that it's still there, because we've got a lot all the time, is important. The thing is about concert venues is that we have certain genres, certain days, and what are we going to pair you up with, and what we're going to do. So Troy is really, really good, much better than I am. Right? He reaches out within the week that he gets it typically, and then he talks to you, and he finds out really one, your availability, two, what your goals are, genre, and then we also look at your numbers too. If you've face it, you have to get out there and you have to make yourself known. Okay.
What if a band doesn't have any numbers? They can still play here, right?
Absolutely. They still can play here. They're just going to have to do, everybody has a starting point.
Yes, they could do a little bit more work.
It's like that sprinter in that starting block. The hardest part is getting out of that starting block and getting that first step out and getting into that stride. That's what you have to look at. You have to look at, that's what I have to do. I got to get out there hard. And yes, you probably have another job, and you probably are doing things on nights and weekends and trying to get your craft done. Make sure you dedicate yourself to every concert venue that you sign with, because those numbers are important to you. Those numbers are important to us. So, one, we do social media. We do a lot of social media.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of money on social media. So we're going to put you out there on our social media with your pictures and your name and when you're playing and what you're doing.
And that's, for to kind of throw some numbers on that, that's 10 to 15,000 people that you're going to be able, that you're hitting, that you're putting the name of that band out there in the night that they're playing to that's 10,000 eyes that are going to see that.
10,000 eyes. And here's the other thing you have
10,000 pairs of eyes.
Well, probably more.
Yeah.
10,000 pairs of eyes. I can't stress this enough, and I get pushback from the younger generation. They want to do TikTok, they want to do Instagram, and they don't want to do anything else. And they want to do X, whatever it is. Why do not you do Facebook? Why?
I think a lot of because Facebook is for old people.
Okay, so first
in their mind.
Okay, great. I'm an old person. I see a lot of great talent, a lot of young talent on Facebook. You know what they have a leg up on? You, the ones that don't want to do that shit, and that's a problem, because if you don't use all the avenues, you're doing yourself a very big disservice. And if you think that, it's for old people, what? You don't want to inspire old people? Young people inspire me every fucking day.
But you don't want an old person to listen to your music? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Makes no sense that you want to do Instagram, so why don't you do Facebook, transfers over to Instagram, do your TikTok, do whatever it is. But if you have a free platform to do stuff on, and Spotify, and posting stuff and doing things and getting you are doing yourself a shitty, a
disservice, for sure.
So
you're not taking advantage
of
the stuff that's out there for you.
It's really, really bad. I was looking for another word, but can you hear that? Mm-hmm. It's in my ear.
Is that your phone ringing?
That's my phone.
It's in your ear?
Okay, I'll call him back. Hello? No. That was in my ear. But, okay, so here's what happens. When you don't use all the tools, okay, it's kind of like being a mechanic. You're going to have a hard time getting that engine out of that car, okay? You don't have that claw, you don't have this, you don't have the puller, you don't have this, but you're going to do it with a crescent wrench, and you're going to do it with a screwdriver, and you're going to do it with a hammer. I'm not saying you can't get it done, but you're stacking the deck against you. So please use all the tools. And we're an older venue, and we use Facebook. So when we do a co-sponsor or a co-event, you're right there. Let
me put it this way. Do you think Pepsi or Coke or whatever looks at a thing and says, nah, it's old people that are... No, they don't. They just put their fucking money where everything is. They put their logo, their brand where people are, and that's where you want to be. It doesn't matter. Obviously you're going to want to target some certain things, but you want people to see your brand. That's the most important thing, no matter what.
Do you stream? Well, it was on TV at one time, but I only stream. Come on, get a TV. Look at the TV. There's lots of different medias out there. Anyhow, when you make the funnel this big, that's about how many people you can catch. When you make the funnel bigger, when you make the nets wider, you can do much more. Plus every single, and I don't care if it's Christian Swabbies or myself or the people at Golf, they're all a part of Facebook.
Yeah.
So if you if you want this platform, if you want these small stages, if you want to be an up and comer and you want to do it, you got to do it. To me, you got to do it. The other thing you're going to have to do, I hate to say this, sell tickets.
We've talked about that though.
Okay.
So if people want to go back and listen to the selling tickets thing, please do.
Yeah.
But you're talking about, if you want to be on this stage, thinking about that in mind.
Yeah.
If a band wants to be on a stage, so young band, just getting started, whatever, it doesn't even actually matter if they're young or not. How far out should they be planning? So like are they going to get booked and play in a month? Or are they going to get booked and play in 2 months? Maybe they got to think in 6 months in advance. Like what's best in your mind?
So a lot of them are just taking whatever they can get whenever they can get it.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So
it's like we can play this weekend. All right, we're in.
I think if you're a band that is looking to make this a profession and this is your dream to do it, you need to do a lot of songwriting, a lot of practicing, and book maybe once every 30 to 45 days, okay? Because you need to create that buzz. The more you play, the more saturation you get, the less, believe it or not, the less you're going to draw for small places, and you're not going to do it.
It's really hard for a band to understand that.
It is.
Because they want to get out and they play in front of everybody all the time as much as possible.
And you know what? You can play every day of the week, but you just got to be selective in how far it is from the other places you're playing.
Yeah.
So you could, if you're serious about it, saying, hey, we're going to go play Fresno this weekend, and next weekend we're going to play Visalia, and next weekend we're going to play Chico, and the next weekend we're play Sacramento, by all means, play your ass off, but don't play your ass off in the same area, in the same town every weekend, because you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
and you're going to hurt yourself, and honestly, you're hurting the venues, because whoever's booking you is hoping you're going to bring a draw. But if you're not bringing anybody in, you're making yourself look bad. You're making the venue look bad. It's just a poor business decision.
Listen, what I would say, go play for gas money, okay? If you can get gas money, but it's out of the area, go play.
Yeah.
Go play these small stages. Go play in these places that are tried and true, okay? Go play them, okay? But don't play here and then next door and then down the street.
Yeah.
And then, because what's going to happen is that we're not going to want you, because we know now you're going to go play for nothing, and then you're going to have to bring your own sound, and then you're going to want to come here and you're going to play for something, and then you want sound, and you want the green room.
You guys have sound. So let's talk about that for a second. It was actually a perfect segue, and to talk about this, that we've mentioned it a few times on this podcast, the amazing sound here. But when a band gets booked here, what all do they get after that point? It's like, okay, you're playing Friday, December 3rd, whatever. I don't even know if that's the day. What's going to happen at that point? You're playing. So now what kind of promo? Let's talk about the sound with the production help, things like that. What happens?
So before the show, we're going to, with your help, we're going to create a flyer. It's going to be in our venue. It's going to go up on our digital billboard. It may go. It's going to go all over Facebook and Instagram. Mm-hmm. It's going to be out there, and hopefully, we're doing some partnerships as well with that. So we are promoting you to bring people in.
Yeah.
With your style of music, your flair, your moxie. So we want to. We know that you are the best that there is when you get here. Mm-hmm. And that's the way we treat you. It doesn't matter if we had, Tommy Heath here from Tommy Two Tone or Big Country. We treat you the same way we treat the biggies because we know that you have the desire to be a biggie.
Yeah.
And so we treat you that way. So you get, not only a lot of people power behind you that we have, not just our bookers, we have media people. We do a lot of other things. We're out there on TV. We do some other streaming stuff. We have to do the podcast. So, we want to get shout outs from you. We don't care if you're brand new. Shout out that, hey, we're going to be playing the Boardwalk on this date. We're going to put it out there. We're going to make you a big deal because you know why you're a big deal? Because we believe you're a big deal because you deserve to be here.
So they're getting massive marketing support.
Massive
amounts of marketing. Oh, and then so leading up to the show, tons of marketing. Talking about announcements and the week of videos, usually you jumping on a video, even saying, "Hey, you guys, this weekend at the Boardwalk." And honestly, I think it's fair for you to expect the bands to be doing the same thing. So tons of marketing, great. Now, day of the show. Band's here. What do they get?
So
what are they expecting?
So we kind of prep them and we send them out here. This is typically what the run a show we're going to do.
Okay.
And so they have a load in naturally, and then we, and I've heard this from Troy of places that his played that a lot of times, places don't provide sound checks or anything. They just let you set up and they do it on the fly, and what you sound like is what you sound like, and they don't spend a lot of time. We'll give you a sound check. If we have multiple bands, we sometimes up to 4 bands, we may do a line check for the 2 in between, but it's just as good. You're going to know what's going on. And normally you're sharing a kit, so you really don't have to, sound check the toms again or the band, whatever it is. So you're going to get a nice sound check. You're going to have a personal engineer that's going to tune you in.
Like a legit sound guy. I mean, I've worked with this sound guy. He's great.
Our guy's legit. All of our guys are legit.
True.
Okay? And I can say guys because we don't have any ladies.
Oh, well, you could.
Or anybody that identifies.
If anybody that's offended at you saying guys,
I know.
Just shut the hell up.
I got hit. I get fucking hit. Or none of them that identify, right? But serious. It's serious, okay? And then Ingrid's going to welcome you. Ingrid comes in. Ingrid is our person at the door. We let you, for every band member, we're going to allow you to have somebody come in at no cost, but that's it, just one, right? So we give you that avenue and that stage, and also we try to take care of you as best as can. We got water in the cooler right here next to you, and we want you to hit the marks. So we start on time, and we go off on time.
But I think you missed something.
I'm
going to take you back because I'm going to go back to that sound again.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it's incredible sound.
Right.
I don't think people understand that you've updated this sound system. And we've talked about it in other episodes and how much money you've put into this. You want to throw out a number real quick, and then throw out how much have you guys invested into the sound here?
$130,000.
$130,000.
Yeah, we have one amplifier in there that's $28,000. That amp right there.
Yeah.
That four digit amp, the one that does these 2-ways and the subs, that was $28,000 just for that.
So you guys listen, the sound here is incredible. So you not only is the sound going to be awesome to everybody that's out there.
The Avanis board was over $35,000 just for the board.
Just come here and they'll show you what you're going to be playing with and what you're going to see.
Hey, give us a JPEG. We'll even put your logo on the back. Give us a video. We'll put it up on the back and we'll help promote it during the time.
Yeah.
And we'll make you live. We'll make you look so professional.
Well, that's what I was getting at. So not only that, so you're playing, they'll record it. Now, not only is it recording audio and it sounds incredible.
Wait.
You want to say it?
We do live streaming.
So and it's not just one camera shooting on you guys up here on the stage. There is multiple cameras around this place. And when he says live streaming, it's also being recorded, which means you get access to that video, which means you can use that video as your own promo material. So which is
about the best music video promo you can do because it's tied into our board.
Exactly.
And then it's relayed through another computer. And we have a guy that's digitizing it, that's running the cameras in Florida.
Yeah, so you're getting, they're not even, it's not even local. You're getting cuts, you're getting wide angles, you're getting shots from behind, crowd shots.
We got camera one that's a panoramic right here. We have this one up over the drum riser that's also it's a pan-tilt zoom So it can come down and then it sweeps at the best shot I always like is when it's sweeping through the back of the lead singer and it goes out towards the crowd.
You see that crowd
it's
shot.
It's freaking great. And then we also have a cross camera over here and a cross camera over there. So we have 4 cameras. We had 5. It was just too much.
4's plenty.
4's plenty.
Yeah.
4's plenty.
But my point in saying this is that so you're a new band, you're a young band, and you're trying to figure out how you're going to get access to a lot of things because you need stuff. So here you go. You come play at the Boardwalk. Now you're getting a live recording, audio and video recording. You're getting a video that you can cut up and use for promo material. You're getting experience on a stage with incredible sound at a venue that is historic and well known here. It's just insane to me that I wish more people understood playing at the Boardwalk what they get.
So I reached out to a couple videographers, and so when they do this or they come in and they do their own videographer and it's the same quality, the 4K quality that we have, it's $250 an hour and it's a 6-hour minimum.
Yeah.
So you're walking away with granted, glitches happen.
Sure,
but
sure.
But
What are you gonna
you're
do?
walking
Yeah.
away with $1,500 worth of material for playing at the Boardwalk.
Yeah.
That we're not going to charge. We're not trying to charge you for it either. We're trying to help you and enhance you, and all we want is a partnership to get people in the door.
Yeah, and it's playing the Boardwalk is more than just playing the Boardwalk. You're getting just the experience and all the things that come along with it, and a great crew of people that work here that want to see you succeed.
I mean, I'm sitting on the stage where Chevelle was. I'm sitting on the stage where Ronnie Montrose was, and a bunch of greats. Chevelle, Paramore, Portugal the Man, that for newer bands, that probably use more than TikTok and Instagram.
Of course they do.
Come on.
There's nothing wrong with TikTok, by the way. It is a great way to get your music heard.
Nothing.
He's not saying that there is.
Nothing wrong with
He's
that.
just saying use every avenue you can.
So let me just say this. Okay, don't believe me then. So let's say you have a genre of music and you like, I don't know, let's just say Portugal the Man. Let's say that's kind of your motif or whoever it is. Go look to see what media they're on. Duplicate. That is the best way to do. You duplicate what somebody else's do. You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
No,
but
God,
you definitely
no. Don't be
have to
stupid.
put all the spokes in it.
Yeah.
Do the same thing they do. Emulate. The best form of flattery for me is when somebody copies what we do. And we get a lot of copy people that are in other genres or other venues that copy what we do. That now we're getting more venues that are giving back. We're getting more venues that are doing
that want to include food. Which is so massive to me.
Right.
Again, another thing that I want to bring up, and I know I say it all the time, is that you guys have food and you have good food.
Yeah, and they're doing, and we get other concert venues that are doing charity events that do it. They're emulating or they're copying us, which is great. A lot of people ask me, says, doesn't that just piss you off? I'm like, no, that's the best form of flattery.
Yeah.
Honestly, one, realize you're not going to stop it, and two, great, but I never invented it. I haven't had one original thought in this fucking mind ever. I've always copied somebody else or some way or well-read or did something to say, you know what? If I spin that a little bit, if I add A and B, I can make it our own, but still it was from somebody else that invented A and B. So you don't have to, we only have so many words in our vocabulary. We only have so many thoughts that we can have. There's only so many things that are out there, that are being created. Yes, all AI is doing is they're not thinking of new ways to do things. They're thinking of how to get that access to that information so quick.
Yeah.
It's artificial intelligence, okay? Have your own fucking intelligence, okay? Because I don't know about you, but I like the real thing.
Yeah, I don't want to see robots up on stage. Do you guys have bands that play here often, like the same, almost not like a house band, I don't want to say, but like, part of the Boardwalk family, they play every couple of months or something like that? If a band wanted to become that, what would you want? How would they go?
I'd want something, a versatile band. And I say this to a lot of people, to up and comers, or even people that have cover bands and what have you. Write some of your own shit.
Original materials.
Every single success story out there did some covers exactly how they were, did some covers in their own way, and wrote their own shit.
Yeah.
Okay? Every single person that's on the billboards today did those things. That is a commonality. Do your own shit, copy other shit, make other people's shit your own. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I don't watch it much, but you know AGT, America's Got Talent?
Yeah.
You know, they say all the time there, and then they had that other talent, is like, I like the way you did that song and you made it your own.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to stretch and write the chords and write the words and what have you, but you can adapt them to your style.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what people look for. And then it's going to have a trigger effect. It's going to cause you to have, hey, I've got this other idea. Just remember, every beat, every song, everything has got some commonality to it. The beats, they had these three brothers on this one podcast one time, and they were like, hey, this one beat is recognized by 1,000 songs. And they started playing that beat.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God. They did Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah.
They did Metallica song. They did all these things.
It's the three chords that can basically be in any song.
It can be in any song. Just remember this. If you're, I love to cook. I'm a chef. I love to cook. Okay. You've got a couple different things. You can use Teflon for no stick, use butter, and you can use oil. And there's a lot of variations of oil, but it's still oil. It's still butter. It's still Teflon, or it's nonstick, or you still have a base. There's those bases out there. That's how simple things can be. Dummy it down and then get it complex. You don't want all this, oh, we've got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do all this. Nah, dummy it down. Make it to where it's real pure and real simple, and you're going to go places. You just will, because you're going to get through to somebody. Because remember, everybody has a song for when they're happy. Everybody had a song for when they were sad. Everybody had a song for when they broke up. All these different things that happen. It's like, I want to buy a new car, and this is what I'm looking at. Then you just see all those cars on the road.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
You're crying because you just lost your girl or you just lost your man, and every damn song that's coming on has some twist to it that's like, oh my God.
But how does a band become the house band of the Boardwalk? How does a band play here once a month?
Man,
would you want that even?
That band is going to have its own built-in draw.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to have to. We would love to have a versatile band that could do that could have a draw that we can have there. I mean, I say this before, but Chris and Murray, because Murray's really close to us. He owns the Powerhouse, is a buddy of mine, and Chris is a buddy of mine. He owns Schwabies, right? We've become very close, right? We know these guys. I don't know what it is about the Spasmatics.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. I've actually seen them at the Powerhouse multiple times.
They're so ridiculous.
Yeah,
they backtrack, but everybody loves them
because they're fun, dude. They play the role. They up on stage look like a bunch of nerds, and they're just rocking out and having a great time.
But
they're pretty big too.
They're franchise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Because there's one in Ohio too. They're all over the place.
There's 10 of them, I think, right now.
Who's the original one?
I don't know.
Oh my
I think
goodness,
they're out of LA. I
interesting.
think the original ones are out of LA.
That is very interesting. I didn't know that they were.
That's actually a franchise. That's actually, if you go look on Spasmatics, you could become a Spasmatics band if you want to audition
pretty cool.
for it. Yeah. But and they have marketing and they do stuff for them and what have you. But they're not cheap. So
yeah. What's a band like that cost?
Oh, if you book them on a regular basis, probably $4 or $5 grand every time.
What if we just wanted to book them here at the Boardwalk, for a Friday night?
Probably minimum $5 grand.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I know.
Good for them.
I know.
That's pretty good.
I know. We're a 300 cap capacity place and everything like that, and we scale. I know we haven't talked about it before, but we want to scale to kind of keep it affordable. All we're looking for is to break even.
Yeah, you've mentioned
Believe it
that.
or not,
yeah.
Front of the house, that we're looking for the break even so we can keep the prices as low as we can. But there's just tons of freaking costs. But in order to do that, we have a certain thing we have to scale, so it has to stay within a in a margin for us.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you booked a $5,000 band, how much would the ticket be? Yeah, and it's probably, I know you have like an algorithm and all that you work through.
We do. So it'd have to be a $30 ticket, and we'd have to sell at least 170 tickets.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think that'd be too hard.
No,
for a band like the Spasmatics.
I'm hoping not, but we can see. And then that's for us as a break even, so we can take care of our people at the front of the house. We have enough people in here. They're patronizing our bar that takes care of our bar people, and some overhead over there, and then we have our kitchen that takes care of those costs in the kitchen. Running a restaurant is not a easy thing, and nor is it a very profitable deal either. So,
but that's another good point again to reiterate is when you're a band and you play here, on top of all the things that we mentioned, you're getting the food, which you mentioned, but you have a fully stocked bar, you have places for people to sit, you have servers that come to the tables. It's, to me, just the experience. If I was in a band, this would be the type of venue that I would want to play at. Yeah. And there's lots of venues around. There's no doubt about it. You can play at any venue you want to. They're all great. But
they're all great.
Personally, for me, maybe it's because the Boardwalk holds a spot in my heart for the years that I've come here. Even before you guys as owners. But I just feel like this is such a cool spot for a band to play.
Yeah, we're serious about this. And again, unfortunately, we just don't slap anybody up here and do 8 bands and 7 bands and just run them through the mill and
that's not
make
a bad
them
thing.
just sell tickets and just do this, do that.
You say unfortunately, but that's not a bad thing.
Well, apparently the business model in this industry and around
is
in order to make
everybody.
money is to book everybody, make them sell tickets, and keep stacking people on there. And if they sold 50 tickets, they may get 20 minutes on as a set, and they just run them through the mill. And that's close to here and far from here. And they can create a bottom line for themselves because they're minimalists, and we can't.
Well, we sort of strayed from the topic on
Sorry.
this, so that's okay. I want to wrap this episode up, and I'll let you handle that. But I want to just real quick talk about in the next episode what it's going to be like when there's a bad night here. And I have some questions I want to ask you about that and what it's like just in general, like how it feels and the things that you guys go through. But I'll let you close out this episode of the show and jump into the next one next week.
Ending that one on a bummer, and I'm trying to.
It's a bummer, yeah, but also too, I think it's just being real. I think it's important.
Yeah. Hey, all I have to say is that there are bands out there that I've not seen and I want to see them. I need you to get in touch with us. I need you to go on our website, fill the stuff out. Go to booking@rocktheboardwalk.com and make a message out to us.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it. Troy will get it. Dana will get it.
You can reach out to me as well too. If you're somebody, because if you're somebody who knows me on social media, you feel free to reach out to me as well. I can connect you with the right people.
And he's even got his own email address with us.
That's right, I do.
Because he is my famous and a favorite co-host.
Yeah. That's how I get paid. I get paid with
Mikey at rocktheboardwalk.com or D, just D.
Yeah.
I'll give you mine. D, just the letter D.
At
rocktheboardwalk.com. And it stands for Derek, not Dick. So just,
depends on the day.
Yeah, I know. I've been called everything. I've been called everything that starts with a D.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, so
that's hilarious.
But, we just want to create some momentum, not just here with our podcast, but with the media, the social media, the other things we're doing to help get more awareness with the Boardwalk and help our bands out and be that place that launches the next greatest thing. And so with that being said, I want everybody to take care. I want everybody to, do the right thing. God bless you. And, we're rooting for all of you. So we'll see you next time.